Someone seems sad. They don't have any friends. It makes me feel bad for them.
Who is sad and doesn't have any friends?
Sigh.
The photo guy at the 1 hour place? We really don't know that much about him, you know? I mean, he might even have a lot of friends. And he probably has a girlfriend and a mommy and a daddy who love him.
I don't think he does.
I've been doing mini lab work for over 20 years now. I consider it an important job.
Hi, Mrs. Yorkin. Can I get that address again?
Yes, it's
326 Serrano Terrace.
What you got there, family photos?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mind if I take a look?
You're a very lucky man, Mr. Yorkin. You have a wonderful family. And if you don't mind my saying so, a very beautiful house, too.
I'm sorry?
According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the word snapshot was originally a hunting term. You have to look like you're having fun. Smile. Pretend. This is all pretend. Come on! Now! Smack!
Academy Award winner Robin Williams. 1 hour photo.
Alright, welcome back to Neighborzilla, and this episode we're going to look at a psychological thriller.
Is that what it's labeled as?
No, that's what they categorize it as.
It's appropriate.
It's 1 hour photo, come out in 2002. It was written and directed by Mark Romanek. Are you familiar with Mark Romanek?
I may have heard his name once.
He's a music video producer, which explains a lot for some of the scenes in this movie.
Did he work with, I feel like 90s hip-hop?
He worked with a lot of people. He did Hurt, Johnny Cash. He did...
Okay. That's cool.
Let me see. He did, I know more recently, he did Shake It Off with Taylor Swift.
I feel like his name may have popped up in like a Missy Elliott or
He
something.
did Can't Stop with the Chili Peppers, Madonna's Rain, Scream, Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. So
that space music video?
Yeah, so like
Oh my God.
he did Jay-Z's 99 Problems.
That's probably where I heard his... Oh, okay. That
You
might
know
have
what
been
I'm
that
saying?
too?
Yeah. So he's like known
I'm getting his style.
for these super large, like he did Beyonce's Lemonade video album thing she did.
Okay.
He did that. So he's, I guess, the guy for these over-the-top, budget-wise
Yeah.
music videos, which is kind of funny because this movie's budget is only $12 million.
So that's like a music video dream,
Yeah.
but nowhere near a movie.
Yeah, like this dude was making...
Especially a Robin
huge-
Williams vehicle. I mean, that was the... You said 2002 this came out? I was about 10.
Yeah.
I kind of remember commercials or trailers for it. They definitely used the blood eye scene.
Oh, yes.
I know they used that. So, yeah, I mean, Robin Williams was probably a hot commodity at that point. He had done...
And at this time, this was him going anti-typecasting. He was going against it. It was this movie and one other movie with Al Pacino. I can't remember the name of the movie.
I won't say that. He's had a really weird career.
Yeah.
I think his first major role where he was the main character was Popeye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, as the main guy of a movie.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think he was. That was his first thing.
Mm-hmm.
A little-known movie he did, Awakenings.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard of
The
that.
Obvious Dead Poets. So, I
Oh.
mean, I don't really think he had a typecast.
Well,
other than after Disney.
Yeah, well, this is what this was coming off of.
But he's
was
always done weird films, so I can't say this is his only weird film. But yeah, I get it.
Coming up to 2002 was the late 90s. He was the Genie.
Yeah.
He had been several movies in a row done the family
Tom
friendly.
Hanks. He was at the Tom Hanks
He
level
woodied
of
it.
safety.
He woodied it.
Absolutely. Who else in this by chance?
There's Connie Nielsen. She plays what's her name? Nadia? Nadia?
I believe that's her name.
Something like that. The main
The
wife, the main character.
I bet say you want to say they're the main character because they are, but they're not.
The focus of the family.
Yeah,
I would say.
She's the wife mother of the
Yeah.
family that is being obsessed upon by Robin Williams, who is.
And her husband in the movie is this guy Michael Vartan.
I think it's Vartan.
Vartan, I believe so. It looks like he's been in like a bunch of like CBS, ABC shows.
I think I've seen him on like a Lifetime or TLC kind of movie.
It looks like he's been a doctor for most of his life. Like he's
awesome.
He's on the show
Good for him.
Hawthorne. He did The Arrangement on the E channel. Like, just a bunch of I guess sick.
I bet his mom
TV
was
dramas.
always like, I want a doctor.
TV
and
dramas.
he became an actor out of spite, and then he just was like, I'll play a doctor my whole life, Mom, but I won't be a doctor.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Who is the detective?
The detective is Eric LaSalle.
Eric LaSalle.
He's
okay.
probably most known now as one of the Marvel Shield agent guys. From
Is he really? Okay.
Yeah, it was like what it was, an ABC show or some shit.
I do not know.
Agents of Shield or
hot take. I don't keep up with comic book
Me
stuff.
neither.
I'm not nothing against it. Fine, like your stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't watch it.
No, we're super out of our element there.
Yeah. But okay, good for him. Paycheck's paycheck. I'd like to hear people still working.
And to me, one of the most surprising cast for this movie is Robin Williams' boss at Save Mart, which is like a bootleg Walmart.
I wouldn't say it's weird. It's funny to see him.
It's funny to see him.
But it's expected.
Yeah. It's Gary Cole, which is a callback from a previous episode
Ricky
as
Bobby's
Ricky
dad.
Bobby's dad.
He's also in Office Space. This is probably
Yes.
biggest claim to fame for
And
most
he's
people.
the meme. He's the meme.
TPS reports.
Yes.
Yeah, I need you to. That guy.
Yeah.
He's good though. I like him.
Yeah, he's super good.
I've seen him in other things, but his comedies are. He fits the role really well. But yeah, he is his boss at. I think he's just the boss of the photo section, correct?
No, he's the store manager.
He is the store. Okay.
And that's
Good for
where the
him.
power struggle comes into play, because Robin Williams is the guy over
Robin
the
Williams
photo
is the photo
section.
guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like he's like ordering chemicals for the machine and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're bickering back and forth is pretty good. And I didn't realize it till I was watching it to do this, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Ricky Bobby's dad." He's arguing.
Oh, really? See, that role, yes, for me clicked. Probably just because it was super fresh. We're like, I just talked about your whole career.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always see him as Office Space. Like I said, that's his.
Oh yes.
Cling. I always see him as Bill Lumberg.
He'll forever be that
Yeah.
meme.
Is there anyone else? That's kind of. It's very small.
Yeah,
plot.
no, super small plot.
And
not,
$12 million
not many
budget?
characters. Yeah, $12
Wow.
million budget, and it blew the box office up. It was $52.2 million.
Yeah, but I thought it was
at the box
50 or
office.
60 when I kind of glanced at it before we hit record.
So like super shattered any expectations.
Absolutely,
for this
especially
movie.
MTV. I don't want to say MTV, but director of
it
big
was-
budget music videos.
It was done by a production company that I'm not even familiar with, Catch 23 Entertainment. I've never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
You know what I'm saying? And then just in knowing doing the research on Mark Romanek as the music video producer guy, I see now in several different scenes in this movie, like it's shot like a music video.
This
sort
is
of.
the chorus.
Yes, 100%.
Build up scene. Build up scene.
Like, not to jump ahead, but there's a scene when he walks into the food court in the mall, and like just the camera's behind him, and it's showing what's Connie Nielsen? Yeah, Connie
Yes.
Nielsen's character, and it kind of does like the zoom in thing that I've seen before in like MGMT videos and like weird, just a dry camera zoom in, and it's not zooming in on her, it's zooming in on her cup, so she's kind of off center when it zooms in.
Not on paper, it reminds me a lot of R. Kelly in the Closet.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't want to
Super.
reveal too much, but I'm revealing this much of the scene. We're panning out.
Yeah.
Action, even though I've been rolling for 5 minutes. I get you. Absolutely. He definitely has a short attention span shots, but he extends them because he's used to music videos.
But just little things caught my eye in that sense. And Connie Nielsen's character is Nina.
Nina?
Yes. Nina Yorkin.
I'm calling her Nadia.
It's the Yorkin family.
Congrats, your name is Nadia Yorkin. I refuse to call this woman Nina.
And Robin Williams' character is Cy.
Cy the photo guy.
Cy the photo guy. And if that's not one of the most pedophile-ish names I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, this whole movie could be like add a scene or take a scene out.
And like, I love it.
It's disturbing. It's disturbing to begin with, but like, it's like, ooh, okay.
Because like, we've grown up all over the South, and you see some wild characters doing some shit around here. But
don't talk to him. He walks around town collecting nickels.
Yes. And every time you go to like the grocery store, or like if you go to a Walmart, there's always that one weird associate, and it's like, if this motherfucker has a bad day, we could all die. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I've always been, there's that one guy you're just like, okay, he's on the edge and he's happy.
I'm nice to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've worked at Walmart, and there's been several guys come through there. It's like, you know what? Let him get angry and talk. Just walk away.
Oh, yeah. I don't want the last word with him.
Those aren't the guys you want to provoke.
No.
You just... Yeah. Because they get quiet. They go, like, blow shit up.
The second he turns around and says, "What'd you say?"
No. None.
I pee a little.
Yeah, none. I'm good.
I'm kind of at that point. I'm like, fuck. Was a Whopper really the last thing I ate? I'm collecting my thoughts at that point. Yeah, no, he's very That is I guess before we even get in the plot, and we're kind of already doing casting. It's about the time. Yeah. I'm praising Robin Williams right now.
Oh, to me, this is my favorite Robin Williams movie, bar none. Bar none.
Oh gosh.
There's other movies I can watch. Obviously, I love Robin Williams, but as far as like best movie off the top of my head, without thinking, this is Robin Williams.
I'm trying to think, and I'm sorry if there's like a second of silence. I'm trying because I know a lot of obscure films by him, and like Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man.
I don't know why it took me 10 seconds to think about that, but we were talking about this before. That's going to be on the list. Before we hit episode 20, we're doing Bicentennial Man.
100%. I've never
it's amazing.
seen it. And from what you were saying, I would...
Yeah, the quick plot is he's a robot who wants to be a human, and he, throughout the movie, obviously a bicentennial, 200 years, slowly he gets a human heart transplant where he now has a human heart. Yeah. He has a... human lungs now. He has a pancreas. Well, now he has a brain. Well, now he has a nervous system. Is he now a human?
I guess technically, right?
And it's I'm not trying to be any sort of like that, but you kind of, as a trans person, you have that same kind of thought process. You're never done.
No.
And it's like that. It's like, well, at this point, he's now, if you want to, on paper and science, he's a human.
It's pretty,
but
it's still not.
It's weird, and it's a fucking weird film.
That's dope.
It's great. He ends up, I think it just kind of ends with him, I think, dying on a live television. He becomes like the biggest celebrity thing in existence. It's at this point, robots and humans can marry. All this is old news, but he's human. It's weird.
I'm curious.
That is my
movie.
favorite role of Robin Williams. It's fucking off the wall. I don't think any other actor could have played him in that role.
No, and he has such a range. And like going back to this movie, he doesn't act like this in any other movie.
No, the closest thing as far as a realistic, uneasy person is the Law and Order SVU episode.
Well, and just like how you've seen actors over the years, they end up not in a typecast, but they end up doing the same act over and over. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Samuel Jackson as Samuel Jackson, Morgan Freeman's Morgan, and Robin Williams didn't do that. Pretty kind of for
he had a really weird, spotty career. Like I said, his first major role I think was Popeye.
Yeah, so he flip flopped a lot, and to do this as well as he did it without much like preparation.
It was a good era of cinema too.
Oh yeah.
It was a good era.
It
They were
was.
still letting you do weird things, but you also had technology to do your weird things. It was before it became super safe.
And like the iconic scene from this movie is the blood scene.
eyeball.
Yeah, the dream, the blood in the eye.
Yeah.
That scene looks like 100 music videos from this era.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when you mentioned the ones he did.
Yeah. So it's really cool little things like that that's made this movie different.
It's the second you meant the one that clicked with me at least was the Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson Scream.
Yeah.
That space music video. It's very silver, very white, and that scene is all white
Everything is white.
except
yeah.
for
Like it's white
because he's
paint on the
bleach
wall.
blonde in the movie as well. He's pale in the movie. He's
got-
wearing his all white smock.
He looks almost albino, like Whitey from Me, Myself, and Irene.
Holy crap. Casper.
Yes.
His real name was Casper,
I
right?
wrote-
In
yeah, I
the
think
film, his
so.
real name was... Fuck.
Whitey.
He
I
looks
love
like a
him.
used Q-tip.
Yes.
Wow.
Great.
Deep cut.
No shit.
Keep
But-
that in. That's awesome. He does. He looks like Whitey / Casper's. He beat his family to death with a hammer.
He did. They could be related.
This is younger story.
Oof. Oh my god.
Wait,
Are these in the same world?
because his family, spoiler alert, traumatizes Psy.
Yeah, well, that's the
He
reason he's a little
Was
off.
molested.
They don't come out and say it, but they imply
They
it.
do because
yeah.
they said no child should have hepatitis or herpes or something.
Yeah, no, he dealt with hepatitis and herpes, and like he was a weak child, like he
Yeah,
broke a lot of bones and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's heavily super implied he was molested.
Oh yeah, because,
Or like even
'cause
I
at
think
the
he was
end,
prostituted.
Yeah, like he has a mental break in
Yes.
the interrogation room, because that's how the movie opens.
Yes.
The movie opens with.
I was about to make a comment. Oh, we jumped ahead a lot.
well,
That's the opening scene.
No, the
Yeah.
opening scene is kind of calls to the future, where he's getting processed. He's taking his mug shots, and
It opens with the photo.
yeah, ironically, it's a digital camera.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Speaking of it being a photo, blah blah blah. The title screen, the opening menu, DVD menu on this, it's really fun.
Is it?
A
I
lot
haven't paid
of
attention to it.
I compare it to a serious adult version of the Cat in Hat intro DVD section, where it takes like
Yeah.
10 seconds for you to actually click a button.
Where it loads and it's like a little animation.
Yeah, it's got a lot of that.
That's cool.
It's awesome. Speaking of that, because first scene.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of that, yes, ironically, yes, it is a digital camera. He is being processed and left, right.
Yeah, with a digital camera, and he has a comment later where he's like, he despises digital cameras.
Yes.
Because he's a photo man. And
Yeah.
if you go digital, he'll be out of a job.
Absolutely.
And, so it's the irony there that you don't know. But,
Well, that and he also makes I don't know if he makes a comment, but it's also, at least I took from the movie, his distaste for digital is because it makes it easier to take more photos.
yes. Yeah.
So you can't just catch
The good
your
parts.
birthday.
Yeah.
You can start catching this is her slipping. Isn't that funny? Oh, this is a quirky photo. That's also his problem with it. At least in my take from it is because you can start creeping in real life in there. And it's
exactly.
photos are despondent. That's not life. We don't talk about that.
It's kind of weird. This movie is like the story of Instagram 10 years before Instagram happened. You know, like the moral of it.
I don't.
We're like.
You're saying Instagram in a sense of photo frequency.
Yeah, photo frequency.
Not as a social media.
No, yeah. But just using photos in
Yeah.
general. Like the way he describes a photo in the beginning of the movie is you would never take a picture of something that
You don't take a picture of a black eye.
Yeah, you wouldn't take a picture of something you want to forget.
Yeah.
So you're really only showing the highlights.
And again,
of
going
your
digital,
life.
you can take.
Then you get shittier quality. You get more. Yeah.
As someone, I'm not a huge Instagram person, but I take some. I'm feeling cute. I'll take a photo.
You do the Instagram.
And you do the It takes like 10 photos at once to shutter.
Mm-hmm.
You get one or two good photos if it's a good photo from that. You didn't expect it. You were hoping for one shot. Well, now you have two or three that are good.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's his beef with it. You didn't keep just the one that was perfect. You kept the B plus.
Minimizes
the B.
the craftsmanship
Absolutely.
of photography.
And then also, yes, he'll lose his job. That's yes.
Fun
Fun fact, spoiler: he loses his job anyway because he's a fucking weirdo.
Super weirdo. But I love how this movie is set up. This is a practical ass movie.
Again,
Like,
12 million.
like, how many times have you walked into Walmart and went to the deli or buy the fresh vegetables, and there's this weird ass associate?
It reminds me of our last bastion of childhood, Kmart, Walmart, where Walmart was still blue and silver
smiley
with the
face.
smiley face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the last time you could deal with Psy.
Yeah, like overly friendly, and like he kind of gives it away early that he's kind of off, like socially at least. Like he's socially awkward because like he intrudes into his customers' lives. Like they walk up and he's like, "Oh, I seen you had a birthday. You know, how was that?"
Yeah.
And the people's face is just like, "Why are you like looking through my pictures, dude? You're just supposed to develop them."
That's the other thing. In the same defense / same argument of photos is social. I am not against social media. I'm not against what it's done for our society.
No.
I don't like people coming up to me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that, I'm kind of glad it's over with. I don't want to deal with a fucking sigh.
100%.
I can block a sigh, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to a different fucking gas station.
No, yeah.
I've had to do that a couple times where it was like, this creepy fucking guy's working here. Give it a month or two. He'll be fired. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I've even sent Jake where it's like, can you run to the gas station, grab me a Red Bull before we podcast? It's
Right.
I don't want to deal with that guy today.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's that other form of social interaction I don't miss. And I'm glad I didn't have to really deal with.
And, like, the whole time I was watching this movie, it hit me. It was like that late 90s shopping at Walmart, which I'm going to call bullshit on this whole Save Mart store. It's entirely too clean. Entirely too clean. Everything in this movie is sanitized.
No. That's...
Everything. The tiles on the floor, the shelves are perfect.
That's how it used to be. It used to be like that. This was a slight... It's not Edward Scissorhands' satire of it. It's a little bit exaggerated, but...
Yeah. It super reminded me of like when Walmart used to close at 10.
Yeah, but the floors were clean on Kmart. I used to remember, I think my mom liked Marshalls or Ross.
Yeah.
And the joke is now, or TJ Maxx, it's on the floor.
Oh, yeah. It's always on.
It wasn't like that.
No.
It was
quality has taken a decline.
Absolutely, it has. You used to be able to... I'm guaranteed to get the Dragon Ball Z figure at Walgreens. I'm fucking guaranteed to do it.
Because they always
I can't now.
No. They'll get 6.
Now Godzilla's selling.
Yeah.
Well, now Power Rangers is selling. Now fucking Paw Patrol. It used to be more streamlined.
Yeah, it used to be you had to go there for that. You know what I'm saying? They weren't relying on the brands. They were the place.
When Mom said we're going to Kmart, I knew...
You got hype.
I was going to get a Power Ranger figure. When she said we're going to Toys R Us, I was getting a video game or something.
And see, like, my era, it was the exclusive Pokemon figures. Toys R Us had millions of, like, Pikachu with the hat.
I wasn't a big Toys R Us kid. I
never got to go. There was one on the West Bank.
We had one in our town, but you'd go for Ian's birthday. Mm-hmm. You'd go for Melanie's birthday to get her a gift. Maybe if I was good.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom. But no, the toys. I was a Walmart kid.
Super. I had everything from Walmart.
Those were the stores I went to. So I don't remember being a Toys R Us. Other than like we're going because he wants the Beetleborg.
I did get my Game Boy Color from Toys R Us.
I wasn't Toy. I wasn't. Listen, folks. I'm not trapped in a basement. I wasn't Toys R Us. I wasn't Toys R Us deprived.
No,
but it wasn't an often thing. It wasn't even super often. It was. But yeah, I remember. So I get that. I remember Walmart being cleaner, and having to deal with the deli guy.
Those one weird associate.
That guy's been there for 5 fucking years,
and he's decent enough at his job to put up with. And that's the
Yeah.
photo guy. Like,
I get an extra slice of ham if I wear shorts.
yeah, it's weird.
I know the system. I know it. So I'm not. But yeah, it was the last bastion of having to deal with a lot of that shit. Weird fucking people. I hated it. I'm glad I was a kid during that, because if I had to deal with that as an adult,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Listen,
yeah.
I enjoy wearing a mask because I don't have to fucking. I don't have to do shit. I can just. I like it. Keep my face out of everyone's fucking business. Follow me on Instagram, though. We're super early in the plot. What? I guess we've already had the first interaction between him and the family, correct?
Yeah, she's coming to develop pictures or something, and the kid's there, and
Birthday's coming up.
Birthday,
Free
that's-
camera.
Yeah, he gives him the free camera.
It's our
which
store policy.
He's definitely not authorized to do
It's
that.
not the store policy.
This is Walmart.
Yeah.
The photo lab technician does not have the right to give you a camera.
And then it stays on him, right? It just finishes out his day at work. He goes to the diner next, and he has Jake, who is the kid. He has Jake's photo. He's like, "This is my nephew."
Yeah, this is where we see what's really
going on at work.
And
yeah.
he claims that he provides a vital service. Like the way he describes his job, you can tell he takes himself super serious.
I don't know if he has something to begin with, and then the molestation / child prostitution happened to him, or vice versa. But yeah, his grasp on the power he has.
It's some kind of
whatever even if he was making sandwiches at Subway,
Yeah.
he's a first responder.
Yeah, he's like top flight sandwich maker.
He has a inflated self-purpose.
Yeah.
And he's bragging to the diner woman, "Oh, blah blah blah, yes, oh yes," and like I said, he has the family photo of the child. "This is my nephew Jake."
And he places himself into their family as Uncle Si.
Yes.
Which is just the ultimatest, creepiest relative you could fake pick.
It was.
You could be a fake relative.
It's probably easier to do that now in a social network, but it's seeing it in person, because you can lie over the internet easy, but to think of someone going to a diner and talking about like your kid like that, that's fucking weird. You know, a Facebook message is like, okay, cool, but he's talking to a diner woman about your kid, dude. That's fucking weird, right?
Super weird.
That's fucking weird.
Like, he's thought about this long enough. Like, he's had this obsession with his family for years. Because
his last 4 hours of work was dedicated to come up with this fake scenario.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then after he leaves the diner, we finally get the reveal of his apartment. And
no, well, yes, sort of. They don't reveal his apartment. They follow him through, and him and Jake have a shining moment. And I brought it up when we first rewatched it a couple months ago, and then I think I texted Jake again like a week or two ago when I watched it again for this podcast, and was like, was Stephen fucking King involved in this at all? Because they have a shining moment. The kid's like, "I'm thinking about Cy." And Cy at that very moment is in his all-white kitchen in real life, drinking cold, lukewarm tap water, silently, the whole time, staring off into the distance.
That's right. He's like, he seems sad.
Yeah. It's weird.
That was a weird scene.
I kind of wish there was more of it.
And the mom killed me. She's like, "Oh my god, it's so precious. You're thinking of someone else." It's like, get the fuck out of here.
That's a wine mom.
Yeah.
The husband has no right to cheat, but she's a wine mom. He's a piece of shit, but she's a wine mom.
And we'll get into their relationship because it crumbles, but their whole bickering back and forth.
Let's get into it now. And it's not crumbling. It's been dead for 20 years. Let's get into it, Jake.
What are they arguing over? It's stupid. Like,
he's working too much. It's the cliche, "I built you this house." He's an architect.
I think so.
Or an engineer.
Something
He's like,
that.
"I built this house," or whatever, you know.
But
You're the one.
Like, she never asked for anything. Like, not on camera.
It's all implied, yes. It's all implied that she's a shitty person.
This is a nice kitchen and stuff like that. But
I mean, it's shown. It's... I don't know how to explain it. It's the pompous... etiquette of like super rich.
Yeah.
You have 30 feet of open space of marble and they all glass table.
Right.
You also have a garbage disposal and a 10-burner thing. But it's just an open warehouse space of a kitchen. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just nothing. It's not like, oh, yo, like, this is my wall of Nikes. Okay, cool. It's just like you have an open blank space. It's like when you go to, like, the last bastion and end of Cribs.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to, you know.
Like, and, like, what struck me with the family was, like, I had no connection to any of them.
No.
Like, the kid, the wife, the husband, and I feel like you're supposed to feel like that, because I think that's the letdown for Robin Williams, too. Like, he's followed this family throughout their entire...
I kind of want to talk to the director and ask if that was his intention, you were supposed to care, or you were not supposed to because...
Well, but, like...
You're supposed to feel as...
From size perspective, they look like the perfect family. They have it all together.
Yeah.
But then when he catches them and sees the unraveling, it's like, oh, his little dream.
He doesn't love that, no.
He realizes that everything that he hated about photography, which at the, you know, I guess through his abuse,
as far as what's perfect, yeah.
Like, because he says something about children shouldn't be used that way or photographed doing those things. He specifically says photographed.
Yes.
So like, he has this deep-rooted thing with...
Like I said, that's the on-the-nose mention of, I think he was a child prostitute due to his mom, and I think his mom was crazy, and she whored him out as a... Wow, I can't believe I just said whored him out.
But, you know... I mean,
I'm going on timeout for 5 minutes. I'll be back. He makes comments like that towards the end on his final.
So I think that's the break because he's so OCD with photography and specifically this family's photography, and he visualizes himself in the family already.
Absolutely.
Like, because there's some weird scenes like that where they're all in his head, but like. He's in the house watching the football game with the dad.
Yes, when he passes their house, quote unquote, on his way home from work.
Oh yeah,
and
he constantly does that.
Yeah. And I want to know. I wish. What is the runtime of this movie? Did we talk about it or no?
It's like 90 minutes. Yeah,
okay.
It's 96 minutes. This movie was super short.
I wish it was longer.
Me too.
Because I want to know when he starts. I know, obviously, when he gets fired, spoiler alert, he starts going by his boss's house.
Yes.
I want to know when that starts, and I wanted a scene or two
of
that.
To see that.
What is he envisioning when he goes by this?
Exactly.
What is he envisioning when he goes by this diner, but he doesn't go in?
Yeah, because...
I want to see more him losing his fucking mind, opposed to that one scene of the eyeball blood.
Because it's several incidents that lead to Gary Cole eventually firing Side of the Photo guy. The first one is him yelling back and forth with like a technician on one of the machines.
The photo technician maintenance, that's kind of early in the film.
It is. It's really early.
First 2 or 3 scenes as far as him at work.
Like, yeah.
And it's off .04 or .03.
Something crazy, yeah.
And he's not happy about that because it to you is nothing, but to me that's everything. The blue's off .03.
Yeah.
And I think the maintenance man tells him basically, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Like, he's got...
Don't call me next time, go fuck yourself kind of thing. And the boss is just...
standing there.
Astounding. And I would imagine... that's why I was curious if he was the photo technician manager or the head.
Yeah, no, he was the guy.
The fact that he's the head pisses me off that... Because I live in the real world. I get it's a film. Yes, it's a fucking film.
Yeah.
One fuck up like that, you're fired on the spot.
Right. And, like, I get it. They're trying to build up that he has this reputation.
Yeah.
From working here, I guess, years. He seems to have been here for years.
But they didn't show enough of that either.
No. Like, when...
I think there's, like, 1 or 2 employee of the month.
One scene where he goes missing, and, they use his employee of the month picture to look for him.
But that's not enough. I kind of wish it was more... John Wayne Gacy, Pogo the Clown. What is the difference between these two things?
Yeah.
But I'm not negging the movie, but there were problems. I wish it was longer, and that's kind of what I wish they elaborated more on, was the unraveling of his life or the establishment of his life.
Either or.
But back to the plot, the shining moment, which I was curious about, and we didn't even touch on that because that was
Yeah.
I want to fucking know about that as well. Was it supposed to be
I don't know.
a telepathic moment?
I think so.
Is it like a fucking alien subplot? Like, what is going on? Is he an energy vampire?
I believe it. Fuck it.
Yeah, it was just weird. And it was too weird because it was shown not to be a dream. This was a real life, coincidental. It was weird. But they finally do show his apartment, as you were saying.
Yeah.
And he's watching Simpsons?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I love the episode that they pick of The Simpsons.
What is it?
Oh, shit. I just watched it this morning. I forgot.
Yeah, don't bring it up if you don't know it. I'm joking. If you happen to think about it, just chime in. But he's watching Simpsons on. It's a single. The meme of men live like this, and it's just a single chair and a TV on the floor, and that's all you see, and it's just bare nothing, and it pans out, and he has essentially, I think it's before Jake's even born.
Yeah,
it's that whole couple
all through her pregnancy. Yeah.
And it's in a panoramic shot throughout chronological order, up and down the wall, filling a whole wall of that
family
up until today. And I think today filled out the last photo of the wall. You had to start a new one.
He's
technically.
Like 9. Yeah, the kid turned 9.
Weird.
I think.
Fucking weird as shit.
But
great
for this being a period piece of, I would assume, the late 90s, early 2000s.
I think it was. Would you say this was 2002?
2002. I guess you could say for then.
That might have been shot in time.
You know what I'm saying? This could have happened to anyone in America that goes to Walmart regularly to get their film developed.
My favorite true story about a kind of situation like this is BTK, the killer. Yeah. He worked for a security company that was installing alarms, and people were getting alarms because of him. And it was like a 1 in 6 chance you were getting him installing your security system for you because of him in real life. Ha 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 ha, good luck fucking sleeping after that.
That's, And
it reminds you of that. It could happen. He just didn't act upon anything. He didn't snap yet.
True story. My aunt was shopping at Walmart in like the early 2000s, around this era of this movie, ironically.
His name is Jake. What's going on?
And it's kind of like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, sun's going down. She went to go out to her car and seen a dude in her back seat. Real shit. Seen a dude in her back seat, seen it, went back inside and got police or whatever.
Oh, I forgot eggs. No. What the fuck?
Yeah. Went back to the car and there was an axe on the back seat. True story. I mean, allegedly.
You had me up until the axe.
Yeah. No.
She shouldn't have had the axe.
I mean,
cool it happened, if not.
I don't know. Yeah.
But I believed it up until...
she's had some other astounding shit happen as well.
And there was a hook left on the door.
Yeah, type shit.
Anything but the axe, I believed it.
Yeah.
You had me.
And I don't know why it was an axe.
It's not effective.
No.
I don't believe it. That's why I don't believe it. It's not like...
But
if you would have said like a pair of panties or like...
something,
a shoelace.
Yeah.
A shoelace is more believable than an axe, motherfucker.
But that era is just weird. Like, shit could happen at Walmart, for sure.
Early internet, and before then...
Yes.
Was the Wild fucking West.
Because there was no way to get caught.
If you moved to 5 different states, you could kill 37 people.
Easily.
Easy. Homeless kid, housewife, homeless kid, dog.
Yeah.
Cat, homeless kid, gay guy at nightclub, housewife, gay guy at nightclub, homeless kid, gay wife. I'm up 12, and I'm only in Kansas still.
Yeah.
You could fucking go to the next town over.
Some eerie shit to think about.
It was weird.
That's why this movie, it hits all those spots.
I mean, Zodiac hasn't been caught. The Texarkana killer, the Phantom killer, hasn't been caught.
Absolutely.
It was the fucking wild. You could, if you were obsessed with the person, I mean, think about it. John Lennon got shot leaving his apartment in New York City with fans outside.
Yeah, it could happen to anybody.
JFK was shot in a convertible.
In a parade.
It was the fucking Wild West, bro. You could fucking do whatever. Yeah, you could be the photo guy and just, cool. I like the Andy Milonakis family.
Yeah. The internet nerfed the world.
Kind of. It edged a lot of shit. You could just watch an ISIS
world.
beheading.
Yeah.
Chill the fuck out and have a PB&J afterwards. What the fuck? Chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it could happen very easily. You could have the side of the photo guy could be,
Anybody.
Yeah.
In your daily routine, the postman.
Absolutely. It was fucking weird. 2002. Yeah, I mean, we still had flip phones. I mean,
Yeah.
American Idol was probably just coming out.
It was the year before MySpace. MySpace come out in 03.
And it probably took 2 or 3 years for MySpace to hit on.
To get popping.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is pre-Vampire Freaks, man. That's terrible.
Super off base.
Where are we at? Just he's in his apartment, right? That's...
Yeah, he's just in his apartment. They do show the first interaction with him and the dad in the store, which is kind of like by chance.
Oh, he's there for the Linux cable?
Yeah,
or he needs a computer, operating system cable. Weird. He talks about, but he has no reason to talk about that shit. What's going on? He's like, I need a Mac Linux cable. And it's like, that doesn't exist, bro.
Because he's coming back from the office, from getting chewed out about.
And he had just
arguing with the maintenance guy.
Does Robin Williams? Williams know the husband is cheating yet?
No, not there.
Yet.
He comes off super creepy.
Oh, he does hardcore creepy. Hardcore. He's like, you're a lucky man.
Yeah. What's his name? Will? Yeah, it's Will. Will Yorkin. That's it. He's like, you're Will Yorkin. He treats him like a celebrity because he's literally photographed his or developed his.
Oh yeah. It's
for a decade.
He met Will Smith.
Yeah,
and he wasn't half as stoked as Will Smith as he is to meet this guy.
And that dude's face in the movie was perfect. He's like, okay, and he's
it
got
was
the
creepy, man.
offset,
yeah,
because he's the one that makes a comment when he takes the last picture of himself with
who is this?
Yeah, with the chick's
and
camera.
the kid and the mom was like, "This is Cy the photo guy."
Cy the photo guy. This is how people
you
die,
don't know
by the
Cy?
way. Yeah,
you don't know Cy? Cy's awesome. Cy's definitely not fucking gonna skin us alive later.
Quick way to die.
Listen, yeah. If anyone, it's weird. If someone did that to me,
yeah,
keep the film. I'm going.
I'm good. No,
I'm going.
Yeah,
I don't want it back. I'm good.
And he did that with like all of his customers.
Not really. He just knew too much.
He knew everything about all of them.
My favorite is he goes down a list. He's like the new parents.
Yeah.
And I have a question. Only because like we're talking now. This is the pivotal point in like digital and da da da. Do you take a lot of? I need to take a lot of pictures of your kid, but like, do you think you would be taking 5 rolls of film worth of?
If I had to go through that process, no. I'd be very selective.
But do you now, even with being able to keep quote-unquote more pictures than you...
I take a lot of pictures, but I throw a lot of them away.
How many would you say you keep?
From each little, like, event thing, like...
I'd say in a month.
In a month?
Between, like, a picture of you sending Brittany, hey, blah, 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 he's fine, hey, oh, look, he's wearing a T-Rex shirt.
20?
So you keep about 20,
Maybe
you take 20?
I keep about 20.
Okay. So you take what, 30, 40?
Maybe, yeah.
Not 40, but 30.
Because, like, I'm not a fucking photographer, so something will be fucked up.
But he's doing something, blah, blah, blah.
He's walking, shit like that, for sure.
Oh, I got you. He's banging on pods. Okay. I was just curious because again he makes a comment because of the new dad. He's like he's got like 13 rolls of film.
He's like, I don't know how many there are.
Yeah, he makes a comment. He's like, we have the new parents.
New parent that hasn't slept.
The insurance adjuster who's taking pictures for accidents, and they show. I like that they show the pictures of everyone's life.
No, this movie is shot awesome because it's all about photography.
It's all about photography and it's music video. It's shot like
a music video.
Hey, we need a cool photo scene of flipping photos.
It's all about sight. It's all about what you see in a picture.
Yeah. It's all visual.
Real.
You're telling a music video director you don't have to worry about audio anymore.
Real cool.
You're not cutting out the dialogue. They're supposed to be naturally having at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Alanis Morissette's not going over this.
No.
Have fun. Still make the shots, though.
Because, like, there's a scene later on when he finds out he's been taking prints. And he calls him into the office. And Cy has still got the whole chemical get up on. And that scene looks
Because I want to get into
wild.
that scene, because that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite scenes visually. Was Spider-Man in the coming up in DVD? I think it was the second Spider-Man, or first one was.
They may have been advertising for the first one because this is 02 and the first one
It
came
was
out
like
in like
03 or 04?
03, 04.
This reminds me visually a lot
Yes.
of not quite Sam Raimi, who did direct those,
Yeah.
but that era of film. A lot of good visuals were produced.
Nice, like, screenshots. If you
Yeah.
could pause it and take a snapshot.
Yeah, speaking of the thinking of the photo, talking about the different type of people who come
Yes.
into his business,
Yeah.
it kind of reminded me of a Spider-Man kind of like vibe scene
Oh,
of the
yeah.
first one.
Where,
It was
like,
very grounded.
and it's, like, narrated by the main character.
Yeah,
It's
I thought it
Robin
was
Williams
I
talking.
thought it was around that same time, which is why I brought it up. Anyway, yes, the scene where he is called in due
Yeah.
to basically the excuse. He's been sitting on the prince until he
Yeah.
lashed out. This was a lashing out experience.
Yeah.
Congrats. Now I'm talking. This was also he was 30 minutes late after
Coming back
lunch.
from break because he's staring at the
A
pictures.
photo of the
The
family.
family.
But yes, he calls him in, and he's. I think average. He said you're supposed to be taking 70 shots. You're taking 112.
Something,
or something.
like that, yeah.
It's almost double, triple.
Yeah,
And-
because he's got the numbers, and he's like, well, the first copies are fine. It's the second prints.
If I'm not mistaken, can you, while you have the Wikipedia open, is the other photo assistant named Yoshi?
Yoshi, yes.
It is Yoshi. I
Yes.
thought it was, and I kept wanting to say Yoshi, but I want to visually confirm Yoshi before I be like, oh, the Asian gentleman who
No,
he was good in this role.
No, he was-
young little punk kid, college kid. He's got like 9 earrings in his ear.
Yeah.
He's a cute little kid. I like that he gets the torch passed off in life.
Yeah, and
And it's
like,
cool because I'm like, he's a good guy to leave the photo too. I like him. I don't want to have him be unsung.
and let's be real, Side the Shooter gives off super, like, school shooter vibes.
Yeah.
And Yoshi got, like, the blessing that he would get the text message before.
Have you seen the Joaquin Joker?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Is it Marlowe, the dwarf?
I think so.
That scene.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shoot you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. He gets a little blessing, and but I like him. He's not used a lot, and that's kind of why I wish it was established more of his life at work and off work, because he goes to like a flea market later, and I wanted to see more scenes like that. But Yoshi's awesome. He's in the background. He's not going to be mentioned any other fucking interview or any podcast.
No, absolutely not.
Yoshi, good for you.
Like you're saying, I wish they would have done more weird scenes like that, because he goes to that, like, yard sale and he buys an old black and white picture,
And that's his mom now.
and he tells her later on that that's his mom, and just assumes makes up this reality,
Yeah.
and just believes it wholeheartedly. Like, no, this is just my mom.
But I'm sorry, we skipped over the visual scene I want to talk about with when his boss calls him in for the photo shot. He is dumping chemicals, and he
Yes.
is in a
Full
almost
Breaking
Silent
Bad.
Hill Breaking Bad,
Breaking Bad, yes.
full thick vinyl
Yep.
mask, gas mask, blah blah blah. It's great, visually great, and it's shot through a security camera.
Security camera, and like
For
he looks up
20,
like he just
30
killed somebody.
seconds?
Yeah.
A good minute. I mean, as far as
'Cause he's
when you
watching
visually
it.
see something on, like, you're staying on the scene, you get used to it.
Yeah, Gary
he calls
Cole's
him over.
character is actively watching him on
Yeah.
security.
Great scene. I wanted more of those.
Yeah. And he's like, let's get this fucking psycho
Especially
out
saying
of here.
because he's a music video director. There's a lot of them in the movie,
There is.
but lingering.
yeah.
You have the time now. Linger on it. That would have been a great scene if you watched him longer.
Yeah.
Or we kind of went to him getting huffy walking down the hall dressed like that.
Uh-huh.
But he comes in to be interviewed in this, again, like you were saying, very pristine white room, gray, blue, navy carpet,
Yeah.
one chair,
With this
brown IKEA desk.
Bright blue apron and a gas
Yeah,
mask.
it's great. And he is talking about, hey, your prints are off the
Crazy
off
off.
the number. What
And
the fuck?
And his first excuse is, well, Yoshi's bad at math.
Yes.
which is like,
Which is
come
why I
on.
wanted to bring up Yoshi before we had the
It's like, come on.
stereotypical Asian
Yeah.
joke coming in
You
from
gonna put it-
fucking Robin Williams.
You're gonna put it on Yoshi, the Asian
Yeah,
kid?
no.
I don't think
Terrible.
he's fucking up counting the pictures.
But yeah, he tries to throw it on Yoshi. He's like, listen, I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
You're fucking weird.
It's like, no.
You're a weird
yeah.
dude.
All these pictures are accounted for, but you're running doubles on pictures that are only ordered singles.
Yeah.
And like, it shows the difference there. And he's like,
Why don't you just
Wh-
type in the
yeah.
computer 2 instead of typing in 1?
and then Robin Williams tries to play, I guess, innocent and like, oh, well, you know, a couple misprints here and there, you
Yeah.
know, the machine's bad. And he counters what I've already talked to the maintenance guys, and they say,
They're all positives.
Yeah, no, you should never have this much
Yeah.
over.
You're doing what's going on.
Yeah.
I want to know because I didn't talk about it when we were talking about the different types of people, the amateur pornographer.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if I wanted to see a reaction to that because when he finally snaps and through finding out what happened to his life, he has a weird aversion /
yeah.
acceptance of sex.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see his reaction to that.
Yeah, because the hotel, the whole thing in the hotel with the
He
husband.
takes pictures of the lamp and the fucking sink and shit while she's giving him a blowjob.
Because they're
Exactly.
blindfolded, yeah.
Yes.
It's all psychological, like just hearing the camera click.
Yeah. You're being humiliated,
yeah.
LOL. I wanted to see his reaction to that because...
And he just brushes past it. He's like, well, we got to report child porn and animal cruelty.
Yeah,
But anything other than
else
that,
is free
no
to roam.
questions asked.
So he sounded enticed.
Yeah.
I wanted to see his reaction to it on a bad day or a good
Yeah,
day because he's going to get fired. It has to happen for plot purposes, whatever. I wanted to see his reaction to different situations like car accidents.
I wish we would have got a longer scene with the cat lady. He mentions there's a
Oh,
lady
good
with
God,
the cats.
I forgot the cat woman.
I wish she would have been the one to like catch that he was kind of weird and bugging out. That would have been so funny.
How
It's
would
like,
that happen?
Well, because like she like only deals with cats, or all she takes pictures of is cats. So it's like she could sense it in a human. that
I say
he's
this a lot, but
fucked up.
spoiler. The spoiler is the Catwoman's really into cats.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I love it.
Yeah, but I wanted to see his reaction to different things. Like, is he saving other things? Because
Yeah.
if he's been filming this family, not filming, but dealing with the Prince's family since before an 8-9-year-old birthday recently happened, he should have more than one fucking wall.
For sure. Well, Gary Cole says it.
What's he doing with the other
It's
shit?
like 900 unaccounted
It's
for.
it's an insane.
It's a
fucking,
large
and that's not
number.
enough. That's a lot, but that's more than a fucking wall, bro.
I guess like over the years, maybe he's like curating like the best. I don't fucking.
I wanted to see more. Exactly. He mentions his number, and it's like he mentions all the other customers, and he sounds enticed by the car accident insurance adjuster, the fucking amateur porn guy. He sounds enticed by certain customers.
And I think he focuses in on the kid, Jake. I think he focuses.
It's because, I mean,
he sees himself in the kid.
this
and
kid is like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean,
I don't like him.
They're the perfect husband,
Yeah.
Mary and Joseph.
Yeah.
This kid I didn't expect to happen in their relationship, but I saw it, but it happened when I wanted it to. Jake
was
is
amazing,
born.
yeah.
Jake is born.
Yeah.
He's fucking perfect kid. He plays soccer.
And like the pictures
Yeah.
he sees, it looks like the perfect life. And then I guess that's why they show all the basic argument shit to be like, oh no, they're just regular people.
I liked it, but I didn't because it was like...
It was, their argument was too intense for that to just be like a out the blue.
It was intense, but it was also super bland.
No, yeah, super bland.
It
They
felt
just got
Lifetime.
loud.
It felt Lifetime. It felt
Yeah.
like, cool, you guys are arguing because he's at work a lot.
It wasn't a good argument.
Yeah. And, like, I like that him being found out to cheating is
Yeah.
a wow shock.
And I love
And
that-
she has a slight suspicion, but nothing in comparison
Yeah.
to seeing it and, okay, this is real.
Because she's talking to somebody on the phone when she's in the mall.
Her sister or him.
Something like
Something.
that. And, yeah, she says, well, he's been acting weird for a couple months now.
I guess we are about at that scene at the
Yeah,
mall.
it is,
Where
yeah.
now he starts interviewing, intervening
It-
way more in the family. He's kind of poked his head in up until then.
He's no longer just watching. He's
Yes, he's-
actively, yeah.
He's dipping his fingers.
Which the first taste, I guess, he gets of that is the accidental meeting with the dad when he bumps into the kid.
And he also bumps into Jake, who is buying a Neon Genesis
Here we go.
Evangelion figure.
Get him.
And I believe it's an angel.
Yes.
He has a figure of.
He
and
says it's a good guy.
I think he is, on paper, a good guy.
He says it's a good guy with a sword to fight the bad guys.
Yeah. Fun fact, that is actually his figure. That's Robin Williams' figure.
Yeah.
He's a huge nerd.
Oh, for sure.
Huge nerd. Obviously, his daughter's name is fucking Zelda. I'm not going to get into, but that is his figure.
Yeah, which is cool.
Fun little cool fact, and he was a genuine nerd.
He
and
was.
By the way, I'm kind of...
Chester Bennington level.
I am I'm a big sneakerhead.
Yes.
I'm a big fashion fanatic.
Yeah.
I love my fashion houses. I get it. I love fashion. Robin Williams, the fucking drip.
Oh.
I know the meme of Adam Sandler walked so Billie Eilish could run.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, he has the gym shorts, blah blah. But Robin Williams was walking around in Bape.
Oh yeah.
And
swagged out.
Some super rare Jordans and shit.
Well, he would do that to blend. He would do that to blend in the crowds, and I think it was Rogan said that he walked up to him after the show and he didn't even know it was him. He had a ball cap.
You're
on
staring
and
at the
shades.
shirt. You're staring at the shoes.
He's just another guy in town, and it's
and you're not gonna
hold up. That was Robin Williams.
If you meet Robin Williams at a I don't know. Again, I don't know the man personally. Rest in peace, by the way.
Oh God, yeah. Legend.
I know this isn't a serious podcast, but if you suffer from depression, talk to someone.
For real.
Seriously.
For real.
You don't know if you could be Robin Williams.
No shit.
But
Legend.
yeah, rest in peace. But you don't mention, oh hey, I met Robin. You mentioned to your friends you met Robin Williams at a sneaker convention, but it was that era where you kind of sort of respected.
Yeah.
If a celebrity, he has a hat on.
It's oh, dope.
He's ducked under.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to deal with shit. Yeah. So you didn't really take a picture of you and Robin Williams because you didn't have a fucking camera.
No. You would have had to
do I
have
have
one
Polaroid
of
on me
fucking cameras.
and have Cy the photo guy deal with it. We're back in, kids.
Yeah, look, now we're all gonna die.
But he was hype daddy.
Yeah.
Fucking dude walked around some Jordans and Bapes and
big Nintendo head.
A big Nintendo, obviously the Zelda,
Yeah.
but he could rabble Pharrell.
Oh yeah.
As far as what's in your closet shit, weird.
I remember when the 3DS first come out, he did a whole photo shoot.
Did commercial or something like that?
Yeah, he did I think it was an online shoot or something, a campaign.
Probably.
I'm sure you would call it.
Because at that point he had been mostly retired.
Yeah, no.
He did stand-up performances, obviously,
yeah,
and stuff like that.
He'd gone full gray beard,
Yeah.
and it was just him chilling on the couch. I think with his daughter playing.
You guys think they
playing
did playing the new
3DS,
Zelda? I think
yeah.
it was not Breath of the Wild.
Whichever one.
Spirit Tracks or some shit.
Probably something like
one
that.
Of those weird minutes cap. But yeah, no, I don't want the Evangelion. Yeah, he was super nerd, and
to have that kid fuck that up though.
But I loved it. He's like, I got an Evangelion figure, and it's a decent show. But if that kid is under 15, don't watch it.
Wait, one. That figure probably wouldn't have been in that store.
Now,
Let's
I've
be
never
real.
ran to an Evangelion figure
At Walmart, or
/ Kmart, whatever this is. No.
You get that at GameStop.
No.
On the fly, one
Pre-order.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No, you're not getting an Evangelion. And, it wasn't even I got a Shinji figure.
Yeah.
No, you got a fucking angel. And it was fucking the 13th Lilith seal shit. Some weird, obscure. It was great.
Yeah.
I'm like, that kid should not be watching that.
No.
That show deals with, the wrong kid died.
The wrong kid died.
Some crazy shit. He shouldn't be watching that. So I feel like the kid's going to be fucked up regardless.
Yes.
Which makes you think Shining.
But the dad tells him no toys, go put it back or whatever. Robin Williams takes it back, and
I want to know if he buys it or steals it.
he steals it.
He does steal it.
He steals
I thought
it.
he did.
No, he doesn't buy it.
I thought he did, but they don't tell you oh, hey, I stole one.
No, they just show him looking at it, and then the next thing you see is it's in a bag in his car.
At the is the next scene the soccer game? Is the
yeah.
soccer game? Does he fuck with Jake's life first or the Nadia
Jake's
or Nini? What's her name?
Nina.
Nina. I'm not calling Nadia
Nadia
still.
was way
I'm still
cooler,
calling her
right?
Nadia.
See?
But
he's at Jake's soccer practice, and he's literally the only person in the bleachers.
Yeah. Because it's not a game. It's
No, it's just like an after school
go get your nails done for 2 hours. I'll make them bounce off their fucking head.
Wednesday practice. Yeah. Oh, and it's so funny. Like the two kids they go before Jake and they make goals. Jake gets up there and he gets blocked. Robin Williams goes nuts. He's like, "Good shot, Jake."
He does like a contained, like.
He's like, "Good job, buddy," and the coach is like, "That was not a good job. We got to work on that." It was hilarious,
buddy.
Yeah,
you have fucking rubber legs. What's going on today?
You gonna ride the bench, kid? You're
Right?
not starting.
No orange slices.
No.
I didn't catch that, but yeah, then he gives Jake the toy.
Yeah, and then practice ends, and Robin Williams walks up to Jake. Like I said, he's the only parent.
Obviously, he approaches the
Yeah.
child. Which, by
And,
the way, people, let me tell you, I don't know if I should tell you this, but just to keep in mind, don't approach a child.
No.
Continue movie.
Back to the socially awkwardness of side of the photo guy here.
Yeah.
He doesn't know social boundaries.
Don't do this.
You definitely shouldn't follow your supermarket customers home.
Not even home. Everywhere.
No, yeah, to their daily activities
The mall,
and then home.
the soccer game. But yeah, the coach doesn't do enough of a good job.
No, but he
protecting the
hollers
kid.
over there. He's like, "Jake, you all right?"
I get it, and I get
You
the
know what
kids
I'm
like,
saying?
"Hey, I'm chill," but I
Yeah.
wanted the
I'm
coach
good.
to listen. If you ever see an uncomfortable kid, just stay for 10 seconds.
You should probably stay. Yeah, that coach was bullshit.
But
anyway.
yeah, that
And let's be
coach
real,
just let it happen. He's
let's
like,
be
"Not
real.
my kid."
He was not having it with Jake that day
Yeah.
anyway. He fucked up and didn't make the goal. He was the only one that didn't make a goal.
no. This coach is the worst person in the movie.
Yeah.
Then he's like, the kid fucked up.
Yeah, he's
Well,
like,
congrats,
"Fuck
you're getting
that kid."
molested.
Yeah, fuck
That's
that kid.
terrible.
Like, "Yeah, you good?" All right, what he said, it was good. What do you want from me? But
If you see a hashtag trending, hashtag boycott soccer coach, it's this guy.
this is about the point in the movie where I was telling you we could have had a drastically different movie.
So I was saying you could interchange a scene or two, and it becomes a different level of creepy.
Yeah, because there's a dialogue between Jake and Cy, and
I wonder if he's groomed. I mean, he's obviously in any sense of talking to a
Yeah.
stranger,
Yeah,
child, and you know more about them than nothing.
Yeah.
You're grooming a child.
Yeah, you knew where to be.
But I think he was trying to like anti-groom, groom a kid.
Yeah, something like that. For
He
sure.
was like, I will make sure you're not going to be molested by
Yeah.
not molesting you, but
Yeah.
molesting you, but not molesting you. It's
And he-
weird.
And he was like, "Good game," because you could tell he's out of it. Because he's like, "Good game, Jake. You did good out there making goals." He didn't make any goals, and it wasn't a game.
No.
Two red flags
That's the other
immediately.
thing that I wish they dip and dabble, but they kind of want to eat their cake and have it too.
Yeah.
They don't go in enough.
No.
As far as delirium,
Yes.
I'm not saying
agree.
they need to prove he's mentally incapable and he's having delusions, show medication.
Yeah.
But they don't make a comment.
He should have
He
been on
should
medication.
be or he should not be. He is
should-
off of it.
that would have been cool.
He is an escaped blah blah blah. I wanted more of it. I wanted more Robin Williams story.
100%.
But I feel like he was never diagnosed. Or
But-
he was, but mandatory. Like, cool.
And he tells Jake, he's like, "Your coach was pretty hard on you today. You want me to go talk to him?" And at this point in the movie, this
Kid's like, "What the
this
fuck?"
kid could have just authorized a hit right here on the soccer field, and he would have been a witness. Robin Williams would have murked the soccer coach.
Plot twist. He's the brother of Patrick Stewart from Green Room.
Yes, like like
Saw? Oh, yeah. That's Cy.
this movie could have took a left turn. Then he would have kidnapped the kid. Then we would have been on a high-speed OJ chase. Shit could have got weird real quick.
Don't say an oxymoron like high-speed OJ case. You know he only went like 30, 40 miles an hour.
Good enough.
You know what was on him? I'm not joking. You can look it up. A fake mustache, $2,000 in cash, a gun, and a passport.
Nice. He was gonna put the fake mustache on?
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Real life. Can't
Oh,
make this shit up.
I
He had
love
a
it.
fake mustache on him.
Shout out OJ.
Anyway, yeah, don't say high-speed OJ. No, that's not. You say high-speed Paul Walker.
Oof. R.I.P.
High-speed Ryan Dunn. Well, R.I.P. Obviously, they're fucking dead. Whether I respect you as a person or not, you're a dead person. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna diss you.
For sure.
By the way,
For sure.
Beethoven, fuck you.
He was deaf. He didn't hear you.
This is true. But yeah, he's now fully dabbling in the lives of the Yorkin
Yes.
family, and it
quickly unravels.
we're, I guess, time-wise halfway through the
Probably
film.
about 3/4 of the way, honestly.
It doesn't feel.
'Cause-
It's very belated, and I don't like it.
Because from the time he gets fired, it's like 2 days.
Oh, excuse me. The first illusion, the football game you kind of mentioned, is that before he gets fired? It is. It's between.
That's the day he gets fired.
It's the morning of.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, he has a delusion. He's in the house.
Yeah.
And they make it a very uneasy breaking and entering style. Very. And again, Stephen King comes to mind watching this film.
I got a bunch of Stephen King vibes here.
And they jump scare you. The family loves him. What are you
Yeah.
doing, Si? You want a beer?
Yeah, Uncle Si.
Are you gonna build a fucking Evangelion Apple of Eden with me?
Yeah.
We've kind of skipped over that scene. I apologize.
But
They start dabbling his delusions now, and it wasn't a. I wanted the movie longer. Like I said, they didn't pay off enough as
No.
far as unhinging or lead in.
no, not at all.
Very quick, and I don't like it. That's what makes it quick in a bad way. But he is now. Again, he's about to be fired.
Oh yeah.
He's been fired.
He's been fired, and now he's unraveling.
He goes to the wife.
He
Accidentally runs into the wife.
Well, by chance, his 2 last customers, the mistress, the one that the husband's cheating on.
This is how he finds out.
She comes and he says, "Your face looks familiar," and she's like, "Well, I'm in here all the time."
Photographic memory. No, you're not. You're from uptown.
He remembers a softball picture from the husband's company. She's on the
She's the
top
secretary.
row. Yeah. She works with the husband. Obviously, this is how the affair starts. They're co-workers.
Yeah.
And he puts all that together, like he knows something's off right before he gets fired.
And then
the boss.
you can go throughout the week.
You got to finish the week out.
Because I knew he was still at work when he met the wife.
Because
at
then
the
we
mall.
get super aggressive Robin Williams. Because he's like, "You better not fuck nobody's prince up." And he's like, "I've never fucked nobody's prince up in 17 years," or whatever he says.
Yeah.
He's like, "I've never fucked nobody's prince up," and it's a great.
Yoshi's like, I'm here for 3 more months until I go back to fucking Philadelphia for college. I draw comic books, bro.
Yeah, it's a great F-bomb by Robin
Chill.
Williams.
Yeah. That's the impact, and it's not because he has a family-friendly image, because to me he kind of had that, but I had seen...
He's done indie films and shit.
Like I said, I had seen Awakenings and Dead Poet and... what is another series? Bicentennial Man.
Yeah.
At this point, before I had seen this, so I was like, I had seen him act.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But this is a film that he definitely
killed it.
He did it for fun, I feel.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to do what everybody wanted him to do. You know, Mrs. Doubtfire 2, Aladdin 15, or whatever the fuck they got to.
I always forget he was Doubtfire.
Yeah.
And that's an underrated fucking movie. I know it's talked about a lot, but at the same point in time, not enough.
It is. And Weird Things have noted Mrs. Doubtfire as, like, influence or reference.
Yeah.
Like,
Mrs. Fingerbottom?
Oh my god, the whole Arrested Development. Yeah.
There was also a little bit of Mary Poppins in there too.
A little.
But yeah, he definitely went out the hook, but he doesn't curse a lot. It's kind of what I was getting at.
No.
Even if he's playing a weird character, it's like, okay, he's playing Patch Adams. He might drop one F-bomb when it's like, are you fucking serious? I'm here for the kids.
Yeah.
You know, some like pivotal scene. So like when he curses, you pay attention.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he gives Yoshi the what for, obviously unintended.
Yeah.
Because Yoshi did nothing to deserve that.
Oh no.
But yeah, and
But it's kind of an important part because this is the last batch of photographs he'll get to do for the family.
Yes.
And who is it? Yoshi, I think. He
finds out
that this is what he's doing.
No, not yet. Yoshi only finds out
when he leaves.
When he leaves and comes back to get Prince taken as a customer.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
it's the boss's kid.
Yeah.
Which we're about at, by the way.
Yeah, this is...
So you kind of only skip like a scene. But
No, yeah.
Yoshi gets the what for, and then the next scene, nothing really happens. This is when the flea market scene happens, I believe.
Yeah.
And he fucks with the wife now.
He goes to the
at
mall, shows the picture of
Those
his mom.
are kind of back to back, and
he's reading her book.
But
and
I want to go over that scene because it's first of all, it's just great.
It is.
It reminds me honestly of Jackie Brown.
For sure.
When
I get vibes
Pam
like that.
Grier meets the Bill Bosman at the mall to kind of go over, hey, I have an idea.
Yeah.
It's the high yellow mall lighting of the food court, that old Taco Bell marbled speckled gray table,
that 90s blue
with
swoosh
the black
with the,
border. It's
those cups.
yeah. Every chair was bolted to the floor, then swiveled.
Yeah.
It was that vibe, and it's that same, almost like the what's the meme we're filming in Mexico put on sepia.
Yeah.
It's kind of that vibe you get from old school mall shots.
Absolutely.
Very beautiful cinematography, and another kind of moment I want to praise that is very music video based in my visual, like
It is.
looking at it. Kind of reminds me of like the almost like this is the prelude 1221 to the Miss Murder kind of shot.
I was just about to say that. This gave me AFI vibes.
Very right.
And her hair is Trinity from The Matrix. It looks like
It's Trinity and Resident Evil.
Yeah. And it's like super early 2000s hackers, late 90s.
Wherein.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a very visual and time capsule shot. It's like this could go in a fucking Jordasai video. This could go in a fucking Boys to Men or Missy Elliott video. And like we need to fill time before Nelly busts in the door and like starts thinking about Air Force Ones.
And it's totally an off-center shot the entire time. Like it's all on her, but she's never the focus of the shot. First, it's her on the phone, and it's over the top of her head. And
Deepak Chopra's something of life, meaning of life,
something like that.
And he has the same book, and I think he's at the mall to buy that book.
Well, no, he's walking up. Yeah, I think he's got. That's what it is. He's there to buy the book,
and happens to have already got it, and she's reading it.
Yeah, they show Robin Williams walking up like over her shoulder, and he sees her on the phone. So he like awkwardly goes and sits across from her while she's like
just to again go
phone,
sit at the same table
there and wave in her face. Type.
He does like that. I'm glad we have animated stills, but it's these moments where I want to visually represent. He does like the whole like, it's the my mom's on the phone like the I see you, I got you, yeah, oh, hi, yeah. Oh, you got an orange chicken?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna sit.
I'm eating a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good, and that's the kind of the praise of visualizations of this movie. It very. Again, to me, you're telling a music video director, don't worry about the audio.
Yeah.
You're filming in the mall. That's it.
Absolutely.
You can keep the dialogue going on. It doesn't need to be Nelly waving at hot chick number 3.
No,
You're keeping this dialogue.
For sure.
But yeah, it's so good. And then once the conversation's over, he instantly prays and pops right at the table.
Yep.
Starts eating with her and
talking, and she's the whole time
blatantly he's like, "Oh, we're reading the same book." He's waiting.
Well,
he's
waiting. Like, he's constantly like initiating the conversation, and she's brushing it off. She's like, "Well, I gotta go. I got a bunch of shopping to do." And then,
I'm here to pick. I'm only here to pick this up. I'm about to leave.
Right as she goes to get up, he whips out the book and like purposely holds it up. She's like,
I was just reading this.
Then she sits back down and they talk about the book.
And I think it's he has it because, obviously he has it because of her.
Yes.
But it's because of, like, it's in the background of a recent, like, the last photo set on the bookshelf of a, like, nightstand by her table.
And
she's obviously reading
it's a book about coincidence.
Yes. It's Deepak Chopra is, I think, can you Wikipedia a bit? I think he's mostly philosophical.
Yeah.
But he's a very
because they go back and forth.
What if coincidences, butterfly effect, almost kind of vibe to his writings.
Absolutely.
I don't want to say Stalinistic, but I almost want to say Freudian or Stalinistic. German, Russian.
Yeah.
Obviously with Chopra, That's his last name. I think he's Turkish or something like that. Anyway, yes, he's a his wave's over.
Indian American.
He is
author,
Chokebread is Indian. I didn't want to think it was, but again, Eastern nonetheless, nowhere near Western.
But yeah, very.
His wave was over in like the early '90s, 2000.
Yeah.
I guess he was still around in the early 2000s when this film, but like, it was kind of more of a joke. Maybe like, oh, you read that? I read that 5 years ago. Yeah, almost chicken noodle for the soul.
Mm-hmm.
A college boy chicken noodle for the soul is what Choker is.
Yeah.
But yes, he's like, oh, I'm reading this too. I'm on this chapter. Well, I'm on this chapter too.
So then she sits back down and they actually engage in a conversation, and it's just more evidence of him poking his head into their life.
Yes, and like I said, I've said this probably 10 times. I'm going to say it 20 more times. I wish it was longer.
Me too. I do.
These moments where it's really exciting, and it's sad to say, hey, this really exciting scene is when they're talking at the fucking food court. Nothing's happening.
No.
It is. It's because of Robin Williams. I want to praise the actress who plays Nina. Yeah, I got her name for the first time. Same with Pam from The Office. I'm like, if I know you, I'm saying you this.
Yeah, no, you're stuck in certain roles.
But yeah, they didn't linger enough on this, and at end of this scene, they kind of jump to now. You feel the runtime. It's like there's only 20, 30 minutes left. It's time to let shit happen.
Well,
he now goes into his old job and gets photos developed.
Yeah, they go right from him having a calm conversation with the wife to him stalking the boss.
Yeah, and like I said, I kind of wanted to see his drive-by interpretation of what he imagines going to happen in this house.
Me too, yeah.
I wanted it.
Because he visualized in the kid's house. He could have visualized.
I wanted it.
Yeah, it would have been
crazy.
It
sounds malicious, but if you're already doing a weird movie...
Dude's got blood coming out of his eyes in the trailer.
Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted more Green Mile.
For sure.
I didn't get a lot of Green Mile time staying. Let's stay here. Let's linger here. And it was more lady killers.
Yeah.
I know it's a really weird, obscure movie. It's just hey.
And he does this with the intent, knowing that he's not going to get these pictures back, and they're going to get to the ball.
This is to show I'm fucking clearly something's about to happen, and the detectives immediately get introduced. But I want to go back to the photos. Very beautifully done. It's the almost a motion comic. He zooms in.
Style.
It's zooming in on the she's playing in the front yard having a tea party. Honestly, it reminds me of Con Air.
Yeah,
you've seen that movie, correct?
In the past, yeah.
Steve Buscemi's character.
Mm-hmm.
He meets a little girl in this single weird, like almost Hills Have Eyes town.
Yeah.
And he's known to be like a child killer or something. Well, he just plays tea party with her, and they don't really tell you she's alive or dead until like the plane takes off again, and she's waving, and it's like, oh, thank God. It reminds me of that. It's very meticulous and sinister and disgusting and slimy and slithering, done in 10 seconds or less.
And this is kind of like the peak of his crazy. This is the tilting point in his crazy to push him over the top. Because when he's here, he steals the...
This is the final tilting point, because his final snap is really with the husband and mistress.
Because when he's here for the pictures, he jacks the Crocodile Dundee knife.
Yes. Yes, he buys it. I don't know if it's at the same store. I think it is. Yes, because they have the receipt on hand. Yeah. Like, he just bought it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's Save Mart.
Yeah, it's great.
They have everything.
But yeah, he turns into photos of the boss's child having a tea party by herself in the middle of the front yard. He's clearly been watching even just this once.
Yeah.
And he buys a knife and instantly kind of then starts doing this phone tag game at the hotel, which I want to bring up the Law and Order thing again. I know I'm about to go on another tangent, and I know you're about to say something.
Yeah.
Try to hold on to that for 5 seconds. I promise. It's worth it. Because in his Law and Order SVU, he first is getting introduced via a game of phone tag. where he has 9 cell phones. One of them is a fishing lodge up north. The other one of them is a fucking burger place. The other one of them is his fucking blah blah blah. And I think he even mentions a photo place. I want to rewatch the episode, but it's a game of phone tag.
Yeah.
And it's a really weird thing to say, oh, by the way, this actor does this really fucking well.
Yeah.
Buster Keaton's good at doing prop falls.
Yeah.
Rob Williams is good at playing phone tag and doing voices.
Being frantic in anything.
It's 10 different voices that are the same, and you know they're the same, but, oh, dearie.
Yeah.
And then, well, I'll tell you up north we're doing... He's doing a fucking John Wayne impression.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking good.
Hell, he's doing some of his own stand-up.
And he... Right.
Some of his bits would go
I think he said nanu.
Yeah, like...
But yeah, he's doing a phone tag at the hotel that the husband has had a... I think it's kind of established semi-regular hookup place with the mistress.
Yeah, all of it, like I said, all this kind of rapidly deteriorates.
In the last 20, 30 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, like, he's getting fired, he knows he's getting fired, the family comes in, they're developing their last set of pictures, the woman before him is the mistress, he's putting it all together in his head that evening when he goes home, because he's, like, got a magnifying glass, and he's like, okay, you're you, okay, and he's putting it together. So his last hoorah at the store.
We forgot his last other hoorah, showing the wife.
Well, no, that's what I was about to say.
That was before the hotel. I apologize. We kind of skipped ahead.
Yeah, that's his last day at work, because then he slips the picture into the disposable camera he gave to the kids' pictures, because it's a bunch of, like, bad pictures that the kids took.
Yeah, like in the toys in the yard, shit like that.
And then the last picture is of the husband and the chick he's cheating with.
Yeah, on a beach or something like that. Something first of all, if it's any picture, not good.
Yeah,
but
much less it's in your kids' cameras developed pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
very, very again slimy, slithering, and he's following her. He is there for the Dennis Reynolds. Did you just come? Because I just came. Psychosexual weird moment. He is behind the wife.
He's not only following, he is like 10 feet behind.
Oh, there's no cars. There's no cars. And when she pulls over, he pulls over. When she puts on her hazards to freak out, he has his hazards on. Oh,
when she pulls off,
it's fucking great.
He pulls off as well.
It's so good. And that's why I wanted to film longer. Because I think after this little patch era, 5 or 6 years, he kind of retired again, and then went back to family friendly, which I don't blame the man.
RV.
He did RV, Old Dogs with John Travolta. I think they were Disney actually, but not animated Disney at least. But just very fun, family friendly. There might be a poop joke.
Safe movie.
Yeah. There might be a poopy joke, LOL. Ooh, he has a toupee.
Yeah.
It's just weird stuff. But kind of looking at it chronologically and outside looking in 2020 hindsight, again, rest in peace. In my opinion, there weren't enough roles like this.
No, not
So
at
the
all.
roles he did have, I wanted them to be a two-parter.
For sure.
Another movie like this. He could have been really good in a lot of movies from this era.
Mm-hmm.
I think the movie is Fallen with John Goodman and Denzel Washington. A killer is obviously executed by the law, and he's passed off by touching. His
weird.
Evil demon spirit is passed off by touching. So Denzel Washington doesn't know who has the Fallen on them.
Oh, yeah.
And it could just be passed off. So, like, his secretary has
Yeah.
it for 5 seconds, but she passed off the manila envelope to... Fucking weird.
Yeah.
But John Goodman is in it, obviously. Like I said, Robin Williams would have been really great.
Absolutely.
In movies like
and
that.
some weird shit like that, for sure.
Some detective.
Yes.
Or something. But... Anyway, yes, he's now snapped, been fired, and it's kind of like the tumbling down point last act of the movie. He is playing phone tag at the hotel. The wife now knows, and she's not doing anything. She's just in shock. She's at the house and kind of dealing with it.
And the bloody eye, red rum, murder, scream scene happens that night.
Yes.
The night he gets fired.
Yes,
he has
he
that
knows.
dream. Yeah. So it's kind of like he knew it was going to happen beforehand. And after that, it cuts to the wife freaks out on the side of the road and everything, and then he immediately gets on the phone, figures out the hotel situation with the husband and the mistress, and from there, I think he goes to the hotel. He calls the front desk.
He calls the front desk, asks for room service from a different room. Different room gets that same room service. They don't get that room service because they never answered room service.
Yeah.
Just to find out that they're in this room. Weird. Like I said, he does this amazing phone tag of like he's
All
front desk talking to front desk.
All to clear the time period so no one will be there.
Yeah.
So he could go to the hotel room.
Yeah.
Because now he's going to do the I guess the final straw. This is it because he doesn't make it out the parking lot.
No.
This is where it ends.
No. Before we get to that, another amazing shot. Before we get to that amazing shot, he breaks into the room. The mistress is in a towel or a robe or something like that, and husband kind of instantly is like, "What the fuck?" Because he's not wearing a mask.
No,
it's Sai coming in with a fucking Bowie knife and a Polaroid. What the hell's going on?
In a Mr. Rogers bomber jacket.
Man, they ain't let him. If he would have popped in with some
swag,
you know what?
They would have let him stay.
If they wanted a fun nod, they should have had him coming in some black Air Force Ones.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
Just real bad guy. But he is immediately starts forcing him around. Yeah. He tells her get fucking naked.
Oh yeah.
She is like, oh no, don't get fucking naked. Husband tries to stand up. He's like, don't fucking even try. I know. Blah blah blah.
And he's like clearly having a mental break here and like channeling his own
he's crying.
dad.
He's in tears, telling her to like.
Yeah.
He's like, put your mouth on his wiener. Like he's snapping. He's not snapping. He's been snapped. He's now.
And then he tells her not to do it for real. This is all pretend.
No, he tells her, don't worry, it is all pretend. He wants her to do it.
Yeah, but
he's telling them what.
Don't put it in her mouth.
No, he's telling her to do it, but don't worry if you do have it done because it's pretend. He's saying what they said to him when he was a kid. He really wants to see her do it. He's not telling her not to do it. He's telling her to put Mr. Willie in her mouth, but pretend like you're not. It's fucking amazing. I can't praise this enough. And again, it's not long enough. Not that I want this torture. It kind of reminds me of Cannibal Holocaust on a level of visceral. It gets you at home. Yeah. This could fucking happen. Western civilization, fucking, it could happen. You could be
very easily.
Hey. Fucking bang your wife in front of me, bang your mistress in front of me. I'll kill her.
The crazy Winn-Dixie dude just snapped.
Yeah,
like,
I mean it's fucking weird. But yeah, he's like crying, telling her to like just do it and don't worry, no child should have to see this. Yeah, and he's taking pictures, and they don't, as we have spoiled, and the movie spoils visually before you in the first scene. He doesn't get a photo of anything going on.
No,
it's of the lamp. It's of the kitchen. Yeah, it's not the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink.
Yeah.
The curtain. The corner of the bed.
Yeah.
You can't see a hand.
No.
But he's
it's all about humiliation.
Yeah.
That's why he keeps the blindfolds on and he's super aggressive.
It's fucking amazing.
It really is. It's definitely the peak of his psychological break in this, like, I guess, last 24-hour span of his life.
It's movies like this.
Like, this is a perfect example of a fragile guy to begin with. A fragile guy that gets easily pushed over the edge.
It reminds me of Split.
Yeah.
But it's a shame movies like this don't get looked at enough when you're making a horror.
No, and they really should.
This is more fucking... This last 10 minutes is more scary than...
Devil's Rejects. Like, it's...
Than the past fucking 9 Jason movies.
Yeah, it's straight out of
Than all the Insidious movies. It's a grown man crying who just looks weird. Bleach blonde hair, Robin Williams. Yeah. And I think he's only been blonde for this role in Popeye.
And he doesn't show any like remorse while doing it. He thinks all this is okay.
This is the remorse.
Like he's the hero in his own storyline. Like he's making right what he feels is wrong.
Because he's not taking photos.
The perfect family.
He's not taking photos. He's not showing her willy in his mouth.
Yeah.
He's not showing it. I had the opportunity, but I didn't show it. This is what not digital is about.
Exactly.
It's fucking weird. It's so goddamn weird. And I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. It's so fucking weird.
And from here, well, simultaneously while this is happening, because this is kind of a drug out scene, they flash back and forth with the wife getting the call from the FBI. Where's your husband? Oh, well, he's supposed to be at work. Well, he's not at work.
He's not. We know that. Can you just tell me where he's really at?
He's at the hotel then with his mission. And then the police are on the way.
Hey, again, like, I want to talk about that scene heavily for a hot minute because it's great. Visually, though, this next scene, the parking garage, the spiral staircase.
Oh, yes.
Wow. It's like a,
phenomenally shot.
That blue-green Tokyo Drift parking lot color.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good. And he's running down the spiral parking garage. And it's never ending.
No.
He sees the cop cars. He sees the cop cars above him. They're screaming. The sirens are wailing. He's going down the corkscrew, though.
Exactly.
No fucking choice. I'm fucking 600 feet up, or, it's not 600 feet,
No.
but, I'm dead if I jump.
Exactly.
But he doesn't want to die either, because he doesn't feel shame.
No.
But visually, though, it's so good.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for stuff like that, where it's...
And it was well shot. I loved it.
Hey, we're going to shoot this scene here. Why? It looks fucking cool.
Period. Yeah.
It's like... It kind of reminds me of, like, Coens, what I enjoy about them.
Uh-huh.
Why are we shooting the Paul Bunyan statue? Because it establishes small-town Americana.
Yeah.
Oh, someone got decapitated? Here's a Paul Bunyan statue.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
A cop's giving birth? Here's a Paul Bunyan statue.
Yeah.
It's just, we're shooting it because it's fucking cool.
Quentin is usually dialogue about the radio.
Quentin is dialogue and visual, obviously
it's
visual.
It's always music. There's always some kind of tie to a song.
Yeah.
It's like, well, and character will mention.
Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, he obviously collects films, but he collects vinyls and stuff, and he kind of writes scenes around.
Yeah. Like Reservoir Dogs.
I picture a diner scene when I see this.
Stuck in the middle with you is Reservoir Dogs.
Absolutely. Yeah, he has a perfect way of tainting certain things in a good way.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's just, I'm a sucker for great visuals, and this is a great visual as far as we're going to pan out and kind of let stuff play out for 10 seconds.
And it kind of shows his illusion, too, because like he's running and it's a bright white light, and then he gets to the white light and it's the police. So he keeps running, and it's another bright white light, and it's the police again. So you're seeing, like, the doors close.
It's kind of like Uncut Gems.
It really is. I get that vibe from this scene.
It's kind of like a younger potential brother of Uncut Gems as far as visually towards the end and shooting, and we're trying to do this. It kind of reminds me of that. But he is now caught, and the husband now has to go home. And
does.
I mean, obviously he does.
And it's just,
I didn't see, did she slap him? I don't remember.
Nope. They just walked in the door.
Hey, honey, I'm home. And
stood there. And
quiet.
Everyone stared at each other.
Yeah. Because the kid's like, did you fuck her? It's so great. But he is now in custody.
Yep.
And he is curious about the security camera that is filming him. And he says, "Oh, is that a 37 BMI? Some shit like that." And she's like,
asks them, "Do they do their own pictures?"
Yeah, in house, or who do you go through?
He's totally like calm. He's playing
because he doesn't feel shame. He's detached.
And his defense is, "Well, I just took pictures."
Yeah.
And his pictures were like
a lamp and curtains and random shit. He asked for them. That's the final, but not final scene is he asked, he's like, can I have a blanket and the photos? And she obliges and gives him the photos, and it kind of, that's it. I mean, obviously the end is him laying them out panoramically, and almost
And-
creates the room again because it's like, well, this is the top corner of a house. This is the top corner. We'll kind of make a puzzle out of this.
And then he kind of breaks down, and then he gives his childhood upbringing about how he was abused and children shouldn't go through that.
See, yeah,
and
like
everything.
you say he spilled the beans, but he really doesn't.
No.
I mean, he does. Obviously, you know what's happened to him.
Yeah.
We don't need to say it, but
He's just living vicariously
It's
through
great.
this kid, and now he watched this family implode through
Mhm.
pictures. Like, his family imploded through pictures, so it's kind of one of those
it's
latched on to another stranger by chance.
yeah. But we're at the end.
Yeah.
That's the end of the movie,
That is.
and it's fucking amazing.
Me
I wouldn't
too.
say it's his best
It's
role,
I
but
feel that.
I would tell you, if you want to see Robin Williams and you might only know him from another great role, which I don't know how I didn't mention till now, Death to Smoochie. Have you seen that?
No.
Do you know about it?
No. What is
Edward
that?
Norton
Yeah.
and Robin Williams. Robin Williams, it's about TV show kids characters.
Oh.
Wow.
That's cool.
If you like it, I'll make you watch it. It's like the Brothers Grimm.
Okay.
As far as I recommend it.
I'm with it.
I tell you, it's great. Robin Williams plays a disgraced child's TV show host.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's great. But I'd say as far as comedy, that's my favorite role from him. As far as serious, Bicentennial Man,
Yeah.
it's kind of in between there, but it's nowhere near a comedy.
Yeah.
So if you know those 2 to 3 films, I put it in that era. I put it in
Absolutely.
that style. You brought up last review, what would I rate a movie?
Yeah.
I don't want to make a habit of it, but what would you rate this?
On our 10-point scale.
Let's do a 10 and a 5. What would you... 10 is where you can be more lenient and
Yeah.
picky, but 5 is...
I don't know, on the like a 5-star scale, I'd give it 5.
You'd give it a 5.
I would.
Really?
But, well, no, I'd give it 4. I'd give it 4 because on the 10-point scale, I'd give it like an 8.8 because I wish it was longer.
You had the same complaint longer?
Yeah, I wish it was longer. I wanted more character development. I wanted, I guess, a more believable family.
We're at the end of the podcast, and I
You
kind
know-
of talk about this now. The fucking casting, I hate it.
Really?
The
Yeah.
husband is like knockoff Tom Cruise, and I waited till the end to say it. He looks like a knockoff Tom Cruise.
He does.
And the wife looks like a knockoff Resident Evil, Mia
Yeah.
Jovovich. I don't like them. I don't like the family.
hated the
love
kid.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I kind of I forget his name, but the private detective from Secret Window. He could have.
Oh, yeah. He was great
They could have been great in this film
Yeah.
if he would have been in there.
as one of the cops
One of the cops or a employee.
at the store.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. For sure.
If he was his boss or something, that would have been fucking great. I do love the casting for the boss, but those are going. Robin Williams and the boss are the only people I'd save. Any other casting, you could fucking get rid of.
Yeah, everyone else
I don't like them.
pretty interchangeable.
Yeah.
Robin
I hate
Williams
it.
and Gary Cole killed it.
Absolutely, though. Absolutely. I give it a 3.5. A 4 if I had to. Like, you can't
Yeah.
do a half. You gotta do a solid.
Yeah.
Because I praise Robin Williams a lot.
For
But
sure.
on a 10, I'd give it a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
When I can get more picky, because the
I think that's-
casting I hate.
I think that's more what I'm rating is like Robin Williams acting in the movie.
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm talking about the movie.
Because he carries the
Robin
movie.
Williams is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, he carries the movie.
A 10 out of 10.
So yeah, I guess like that, I would say like an 8.
Yeah,
And
the
like
movie
a
itself, it's
3.5.
but it's worth it if you've never seen it.
Oh, phenomenal
What's
movie.
2 hours of your fucking life?
And it's Robin Williams at peak acting.
Again, I wouldn't say peak,
Well,
but phenomenal.
yeah,
He's taking. It's not a paycheck to him.
in
I'm not. He's no slouching. He's not slouching. This movie means a lot to him.
in a movie with no budget, with the effects that it does have.
That amazes me. The 12 million. Can we talk about that for like 10 seconds? 12 million.
Because think of how many like freak scenes are like that. There's the one where he's in his apartment. And
I've heard
and
music
everything-
videos with a higher budget though.
and everything
That's
is all
insane.
white.
Yeah.
And then like it cuts to him and he's bleeding out of the. That alone, like that's 3 different sets you got to make outside of a movie to get that visual?
2 to 3.
You know what I'm saying? That's way more work. That's way more. But damn, $12 million. That dude must have cut a lot of corners.
Sets really aren't a lot of money.
Yeah.
Honestly, because if you're actually building it, like, hey, I need you to build me a fucking ship.
Yeah, no, that was like 2 walls. Because that's just a room, you know.
That's like 37 2x4s at max.
Yeah,
and
for real.
10 sheets of drywall and some primer, not even paint. I mean, and I think the blood is digital. I think it's some practical, but I think it's super enhanced digitally.
It looks Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah. I mean, it still has practical roots, but as far as on a whole, it's probably been touched up a lot. But $12 million is not a lot.
It's not.
Especially to, I wouldn't consider this a dollar store Walmart 5 for $5 bin.
No. This was
it's a good movie.
Yeah.
What did it we don't often do this. Can you look up what it was in the box office? What it was kind of like?
Oh, it killed it.
You said the budget, it made like 72 million? 52.
52 from
Wow.
12. Yeah.
I mean, it's no slouch.
No, it
That's awesome, but that budget is so minuscule to me, because I'm used to hearing these, like, you know, Marvel numbers and all this kind of shit, and I'm like, okay, cool, 57 billion, that couldn't have gone anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
Fuck it, you know. So to hear 12 million is so awesome, and to hear Robin Williams 12 million, and it's not early in his career. He has done Aladdin.
Yeah, he
has
solidified.
done fucking Good Will Hunting. He has done Dead Poets. You know, you're getting. You'd be
But
fucking grateful.
This was also like a personal choice for him too. It was like, no, I don't want to do.
I wonder how he felt. I wonder how he got it. Not got it. He obviously got it because of Robin Williams. But like, how did he come about it?
I think he searched it out. I feel like he searched it out. Like he
off podcast. Remind me like a week from now, like to look this up and be like, hey, by the way,
I feel like
because I'm genuinely curious.
He picked it out because they said this movie and another, the movie with I think it's Al Pacino. I forget the name of the movie.
Look it up. You keep talking about this Al Pacino movie,
but they came out back to back, like 2000.
And you have my
2003.
interest.
And
she's got a great ass.
They were supposed to be like his break movies he wanted to do for himself. You know.
I need to make money this year for taxes, but you know.
I don't want to be a fucking cartoon character.
Yeah, I'm not worried about doing a sequel. But yeah, I mean that's an insane amount, and the fact that they would trust a music video.
Insomnia, same year.
Who was in that? Besides, don't say it again. Who else was in that?
Christopher Nolan directed it.
Okay.
Yeah, Al Pacino.
Let me see the cover.
Hilary Swank. Paul Dooley. Martin Donovan.
Paul Dooley?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, was he in Popeye?
That old guy? Yeah.
Click him. So. It'll pop up. 1980-something or 90-something was Popeye the Sailor Man with him and Robin Williams. I fucking feel like... Holy shit. Yeah. Paul Dooley was in it. That's awesome.
Yep.
In case you didn't know, I'm a fucking movie nerd. That's awesome. I thought Paul Dooley was in that. That's awesome.
Yep.
I think he played Wimpy or something. Either way. Or maybe Oxblood, I don't know.
But both of these movies came out the same year, 2002.
We went to. It might not be a podcast, but I'm curious about Insomnia.
I'm willing to check it out. Yeah,
it's not even Christopher Nolan. It's back to him and Paul Dooley together.
Yeah, and it's on HBO, so we could do it.
Oh, cool. Okay, what year? 2004.
2002.
2. Okay. Let me see the cover. You never showed me the cover. I'm sorry. Holy crap! I may have seen this.
I had never heard of it before until I started.
Swear to God, Blockbuster.
Looking up this movie,
like, I think that was a Blockbuster movie.
And then it got to, I was looking at 2002, and it was like, oh wait, he did another
movie
with
That's
Al
awesome.
Pacino, Scarface.
That's dope.
What are you doing here?
I can't. Man, Pacino's tainted. That's kind of why I wanted to watch Dick Tracy. He's in that. He's in Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
If anyone's hearing this and wants to be generous, email us And if you have a copy of Dick Tracy, send it to one of us.
Yeah.
Because we can't find it on anything.
If you have any movies you want us to review, get a DVD and send it.
But
we'll watch
definitely
it.
Dick Tracy, because it's a over the top Al Pacino, but the start of over the top Al Pacino. But it's a comic book movie.
Yeah.
A fucking great movie. And like I said, Madonna's in it. Before we get on another tangent and we do another 6 hours of this, yeah, that's the end of 1 Hour Photo.
Phenomenal
if
movie.
you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
once.
I think it's a must-see if you enjoy psychological thrillers or any kind of just weird...
It's a shame that it's given that title because they lay the plot out for you in 6 seconds.
They do. It's just like anything that raises the hair on the back of your neck.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies.
Yeah, it was just that weird era. It was like, oh, it's not horror, but it's horror. Bye.
Yeah, it's like icky by association.
But don't let the casting... might complain about that. Not that my opinion matters, but the casting, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Robin Williams is the main character. He's in 99% of the movie. He's going to be in every scene. Don't worry about anyone else.
100%.
But it's just try it. And we don't know what's next. I think we're kind of going to start maybe 1 or 2 episodes, but it's getting horror time.
Yeah, it's getting about that time.
And so towards October, November, look for some horror. We're definitely doing Halloween 3.
100%. I'm with it.
That's my favorite one and the best one in my opinion. So, but we'll get on that later.
Absolutely.
It's episode 11, correct?
Episode 11.
Goodbye.
Neighborzilla out. Peace.